What really excites me for having meetings like this is bringing in my team. We're about 30 deep, being able to help educate. I'm all about educating people. And the most important part is that we're not just changing our lives, but we're gonna impact other people's lives. And that right there is the most exciting part. You know, we got people coming in all the way from Hawaii. Brought my whole team in, where we right here in the heart of Dallas, and we all come together, and we all here to learn, grow, and create generational wealth. So we downtown, we standing here. I'm right now in Morgan Stanley. Today is all about alternative investments. Alternative investments are not your traditional investments like stocks, mutual funds, and things like that. It's more so private equity and how you can be able to get in that. Normally those type of investments, you got to have at least a certain net worth. Typically starts from 1 million, sometimes 5 million, 10 million, go up to $20 million. But it gives you the opportunity to diversify your portfolio, because right now we're in the business of franchises and real estate. That's where the money is made there. But we want to also diversify and invest in other things like AI and, driverless vehicles. Those how we are able to get into investments like this. So today is going to be a great day. Not only that, we're going to be going over commercial lending, how they can help us with the family office. Morgan Stanley, they are known for assisting family office preserve their wealth, grow their wealth, and that's what we're doing today. We're excited, man. We got a jam-packed day here.
That's going to be for private investments and corporations with the purpose of long-term growth and tax efficiency.
Since 03, the game been blessed. DJ spin it, let it manifest. Jerome Bite, the blueprint leader. From city blocks to towers, he's the deal sealer. Entrepreneurial mind strategy refined, building equity and vision. Contract signed, flipped the script in 2003. Bought the plots, now the Skylines VIP. Investor with a mission, portfolio precision. Turning vacant lots into a real estate vision. Navigating markets, he's ahead of trends. Partnerships and syndicates, stacking dividends from groundbreaking ceremonies to boardroom tables. His hustle writes a story, he's telling fables. Fly high.
I can visually tell you how we think of how we broke it down, right? So we think normally family office is to be one person or family, right? And it serves that one whole family. On the MFO side, the multifamily office, where me and Vince are connected with is the real estate, right? Whether it's Black Sands or Tri-City. And so that's its own entity. That's where he hang his head at, right? We all, partners within that. And then Vince has his stuff over here that he got going through Vidnock. But then I have Banzer Brothers over here, which kind of outlays somewhere in here. Like pretty much just all of this stuff here, right? And what we're doing is we are trying to strategically share resources on some of those things like CFO or, a general counsel or whatever the case may be that we're looking for to fill those pieces in so that we can work together and grow together until we get to a point where we can have three CFOs or whatever the case may be. So that's kind of like where we at. But as far as services that we need to have our bases covered are all those things like litigation, obviously real estate. If someone were to sue me, I wouldn't know what to do, right? Who am I supposed to call? Now, I want to look for the best, so I'm gonna go to ChatGPT and try to Google the best. That's what if I don't have no one, that's what I'll be thinking. But if I can come to you now, those are some of the things that we want to make sure we're good. We just finished wrapping up the last meeting today. We just finished with Miss Paula Beasley, her law firm here in Dallas, where we really focus and continue to strengthen our relationships as we continue to grow and scale. And she's my go-to person when it comes to helping me negotiate those lease agreements, those LOIs, PSAs. When you closing on deals where a small multifamily deal or you may be doing your first business, those deals, those leases, I call those leases are so important where you do. If you go sign a deal for 5 years, 3 years, 10 years, remember guys, you are on the hook, tied to whatever terms you sign, and there can be good terms, favorable terms, so you always want to make sure you have a great attorney. That's what we're doing here. And we also met with the rest of her team that's going to be out helping us, with other areas in the business from HR, making sure our HR is in order, making sure that our tax is in order. When we talk about taxes, are we formed right? Do we got everything right? Because you don't want to get to a point where you're in trouble with maybe like the IRS or whatever the case may be. So as you continue to grow, you continue to scale, you just got to make sure you have the right strategic partners on your team so that you can make sure that you are running your business successfully. And that's what you want to focus on, right? You want to run your business. You won't want to have to worry about all these other things that can kind of come back and bite you in your, right? So, it's been great. We're wrapping it up, and tomorrow we got another day. We're going to be going more. I think we're going to be doing the traction meeting with Black Sands, and we're just looking forward to that. So let's keep on going. Let's grind. You see it.
What's it like working with D?
So working with D is like being with a runner that you need to try to keep pace with, but you're wondering when you're going to run out of breath before he does, and he doesn't ever run out of breath. So that's kind of the everyday with D. But what's cool about that is you got a pace setter that you get to try to keep up with every day, and he's already plotted the path for you in a way that you don't have to sit here and figure out everything that he had to figure it out, because he's already got a good proven track record on hey, come over here, talk to this person. And so whenever I started coming up with business with D, that literally had taken my course from potentially years to, this straight path of just on this consistent track record to even look at where we're here today. We're talking, family office. This wouldn't even be a discussion on my roadmap by this point.
Yep. And what are you most excited about with working with D?
So one of the things that I'm probably most excited working with D is that, well, first he's got, my same perspective and mindset when it comes to leadership. Whenever you're building things, it's all about the people. But the reason why it's the people is because you need to leverage, you need to be able to do more faster, especially in this market. And so whenever you got someone like D, who's got that vision and that perspective way ahead of you already, that has probably been my most exciting endeavor, is because I get to build my teams and then already see what D has laid out with his teams. And I don't have to reinvent the wheel there. D's got his people, and I'm starting to establish my people in the same organizational structure. And where we're going is, we're going to $1 billion in assets, and that gets to all be parked under Black Sand. And I love operations, and I'm building these structures and these teams and leading people around this, just like D has been building this whole organization and leading us around it. So that's what I'm most excited about.
How did you meet D?
I met D at a Tri-City Equity event. They do a monthly get-together, and I met him there, and when he introduced himself about the businesses that he's working on, and he heard about what I was working on, we connected, and then I found out that he's actually the key principal for most of the deals. So that's what first started that relationship with D.
Can you share about investing in Dubai with D, and are you attending the December 2025 event for the second time?
Investing in Dubai is a huge opportunity. I think that, the market that we're in Hawaii, it's very expensive. They've got developments also there, but at a very higher price point. Dubai, the entry level is a lot lower. $15,000 to $25,000 you could enter a property, and they have all kinds of different payment plans. They don't normally utilize loans, and there's a lot of great information on how to invest there and grow a portfolio there. I won't be attending the mastermind yet. I plan to be there in December again, just to enjoy the environment and be a part of what Dubai is building.
Since you're not going to the mastermind, go ahead and tell others why they should come to the mastermind in December.
Why you should go to the mastermind is because you're going to have the best experience for food, views, you get insights, the relationships that you build. The very first night we went to the Atmosphere Lounge in the Burj Khalifa. It's like 120 feet in the air. Great setting, great environment, great people, and everybody in the mastermind is actually doing something good. So it's a great opportunity to see what's going on and being built there. I had a great time last year.
My role at BOB Investment Group is I am the Chief of Staff for Duran as well as Jerome, the company BOB Investments Groups. So I've known Dee and Pam for over 15 years. I met both of them when I was in Texas. I was a wobbly one and I needed information from Duran. So I went over to his office, and I asked him, hey, I need help. And, he was helpful then, he was a giver then, and I know him now as a giver. So me and my family have, known him and his family for, like I said, over 15 years. And during that time, he has opened up a lot of opportunities for me and my family, both professionally and personally. And I thank him for that. And I'm on the team, so that's amazing as well.
What was it like seeing Dee as an entrepreneur in the Army?
Okay, so seeing Dee as an entrepreneur in the Army, it just was a sight to see. Like, everything that he did while he was in the military was already, phenomenal. Phenomenal. So now as an entrepreneur, and when he was in the Army, it was like, you doing that and you're still in the Army? Because I was in the Army too, so it's like, okay, if he could do it, then, I can do it. So it's very inspirational. My son, which is 22 now, at 13, 14 was, following him around, doing his business deals with him, seeing how all of it played together. And it was just like so phenomenal where he's at now and where he was before. So I'm so excited and, just thankful to work with both of them.
How do you decide who you're going to work with? Where it's going to be like my guy Paul or someone with JP Morgan or whatever the case may be. Really, it boils down to what is their values? You know what I'm saying? It's all about their relationship. How do you feel with working with them? Do y'all got a good working relationship? And then what is their track record? All right, are they proven? Go back and look at the returns that they are making for their other investors or other family offices. So I just look at those two things. What is their track record? All right. Who are they as a person? All right. What is their values like? Do we got a good working relationship? Those are only two things right there that I care about when choosing who to work with. All right, I want you to come out and join us in Dubai, December 9th through the 12th. We're going to be giving you the tools and resources that you need and tell you why you should be investing international. It's some great opportunities. I'm going to come out. We're going to be with Denise, the broker. We're going to be co-hosting this. And I see you. If you got questions, come join us. We'll love to have you in Dubai where you too can own real estate international. If I can do it, you can do it too. Property that was left in my family, most family members where I'm from, they made our asset may get passed down. They don't know what to do with it. They don't know what to do with it. They don't know what the steps are running it out. So the only thing they fuss about, who's paying the property tax? Who's paying the property taxes? I just got back from Iraq. I was getting ready to go to Iraq, and my mentor, I was 20 years old. I've been doing this since 20 years old, buying real estate this way. I started out, and I purchased the first property because of they didn't know. Always fussing who paid property taxes with 0 tenants. Could I just put a tenant in there? I did it. I called a bank. My first bank that I called, they said I was denied on a little $13,000 loan. All right. My mentor asked me, he said, hey, what happened to that house? I was like, hey man, I was disapproved. And he said, okay, well, you need to go find another bank. I'm 20 years old, limited resources. I don't know, find another bank. I just called this exact same bank. The exact same bank, got a different person. Social Security number, hey man, I saw that you was denied. I was getting ready to hang the phone up. I asked one question only. And I said, do you got anything else for me? Anything else you can do? Just talking to someone different. The only thing they asked me, they said, do you have any collateral? You know what I said? I said, what was collateral? Didn't know what that was. I said, yeah, I got a car, got a Cadillac, blah, blah, blah. Then my grandma left me. Give me the miles. How many miles on it? What is the condition on it? And then they was running the numbers, right? And then they get to a point and say, I'm like, hey, but I got rims, So we don't care about that. We care about the speakers, none of that stuff, right? So anyway, by the time I hung up the phone, I had the money in my account. I deployed to Iraq. Within 30 days, I was in Iraq. They had doing a bonus. I signed up for a bonus. We've been there, and I got the money and paid the loan back. Then I started flipping, buying tax lien properties, one property at a time. to I purchased over 1,500 properties, you know. But that's how I started. I started that way. And I still own that house to today.